Okay, here we are with another modern matchup. I'm playing Mono Blue Tron, and my opponent is playing Kiki-Pod. So let's get underway. This is our opener. We've got 2 towers, a mine, expedition map, a couple of condescends, and a thirst for knowledge. Not too bad a hand against the unknown opponent. We can set up Tron thanks to expedition map, so we should have that online by turn 3. Kind of need a blue source, but hopefully we'll be able to draw one of those, and we're on the draw, so there's a decent chance of that happening. Opponent leads off with a Arid Mesa. Just going to lead off with the expedition map, try and set up that turn 3 Tron. He finds a steam vents, not really sure what he's on at this point, but the Temple Garden makes me think that he's probably a pod deck. Kind of surprising that he hasn't had any early plays, but so a bit of a slow start for him, I guess, as a pod deck, but that's fine by us. We're just going to pass the turn after playing a tower. And yeah, we drew a Solemn, which is quite nice. That means we can find an island with that. Plays an Eternal Witness, getting back a fetch, which isn't too threatening. I'll find my power plant here. Now I put the Tron pieces together. Drop a Solemn, find the island, and then pass back. Opponent doesn't play anything, which is a little odd, to be honest. I'm going to attack with my Solemn. Opponent does block. And then tries to drop a Restoration Angel end of turn. I'm going to Condescend for 2, and find 2 lands on top. One of which is Academy Ruins, but as good as that is, it's not particularly great here, seeing as though I haven't actually got any of my big artifacts, and I want to find something a little better. On his turn, he has a Restoration Angel. Unfortunately, seeing as though we only have 1 island, we can't counter that. And it allows him to get back the original Restoration Angel we countered. So it's not a great situation for us. On our turn, just haven't really drawn much. Played out the Talisman. Maybe we should have just left that for Thirst to get rid of it. But we do Thirst for Knowledge. We find 2 Wurmcoils. I decided to discard my other Thirst. Seems I want both these Wurmcoils, and I really want to keep up my counters in case he has some way of playing Kiki or has a Birthing Pod or whatever. Because obviously we got to worry about the combo. And we're not so worried about anything else, in all honesty. So, drop a Wurmcoil here, attack with Solemn. He's going to play his Restoration Angel on his Eternal Witness. Again, not entirely bothered about that. I could have countered it, but what we're really worried about is him dropping Kiki or Pod next turn, and him getting back a fetch land is not really the worst thing that could happen. So, drops a Harmonic Slither, blowing up our Wurmcoil, but we get our little tokens, so it's not that big a deal. And we've got another Wurmcoil in hand, so again, not a big deal. He drops Finks, and again, another potential counter target, but I'm trying to concentrate on countering Kikis at this point. So, found a Treasure Mage, which I'm going to use to pick up a Sundering Titan. The reason I picked Sundering Titan is because I can blow up the majority of his lands, which keeps him away from playing Kiki, which is really my major concern at this moment in time. So I can blow up his steam vents, the plains, the mountain, and the Temple Garden, which I do. Put him down to 3 lands. Means he has to build back up if he wants to play Kiki at all. And I've got a 7/10, which is always nice as well. So he's attacking over 6. I think I'm going to attack in here with everything. Bit of a risky play, I suppose, but we're going to drop a Wurmcoil next turn, and we can survive from an attack from just the Restoration Angels. So we go up to 11 there, thanks to my lifelink worm token, and drop another Wurmcoil. Attack with my Titan and my Wurmcoil. He tries to cord for 5 in response to blocks, but just going to counter that. He's prepared for any Kiki shenanigans, which is presumably what he was going to try and do. Pick up a Kiki and combo off. So, got that countered. I think I kept like Mindslaver or something cool on the top. My opponent then plays a Birthing Pod. I'm going to counter that as well, because that's another way he can just sack one of his Restoration Angels for a Kiki, and that'll be that. So, going to counter that as well. And I think that prompts the concession actually. So, yep, we won that game. So, I think just managed to keep the counter spells back for what we actually were worried about, which was him comboing off, and managed to drop our big guys to handle the combat situation. So, yeah, managed to keep him in check and win that game. So it went pretty well.